Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer as we like it. The AFCON round of 16 is getting explosive. There's fireworks, there's dances, there's crying, there's laughter, there's joy, there's dancing, and there's people who are going home. This was the round of 16. As you know, when you lose, you go out. When you win, you progress. So round of 16 will take us to the quarterfinals. Now let's quickly go through the results. It was Nigeria 2, Cameroon nil. Two goals from Lukman sent Nigeria to the quarterfinals. A sweet revenge for Nigeria after losing three finals to Cameroon. Then there was Angola who beat Namibia 3-0, but they have a star man called Mabululu. He's a very great striker. So he is the man who took Angola to Namibia, who took Angola to the quarterfinals by beating Namibia by 3 goals to nothing. Then there was the game everyone was talking about, the host versus the holders. Senegal versus Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, it was star-studded. If the and this was the funny thing, this Cote d'Ivoire team, Ivory Coast barely just made it out of the group. And I mean, but Senegal, they just beat everyone and got maximum 9 points. So the holders against hosts, Senegal are the favorites to actually win this trophy back to back. But unfortunately, the game ended 1-1 and it went into penalties. And Cote d'Ivoire actually won on penalties by a total of 5 goals to 4 on penalties. It was a very good, ferocious game, but like I said, extra time, still 1-1. It was one of the best games of the tournament, one of the best games. So final score was Senegal won, Cameroon, Ivory Coast won, but Ivory Coast win 5-4 on penalties. Then there was another big game, Egypt against Democratic Republic of Congo, 7-time winners against 2-time winners. Democratic Republic have gone, they're the only team who've gone to two finals and they won both finals. In 1968 and in 1972, they won both games. They won two finals. They've been to two finals and they won two finals. They beat Pharaoh's Egypt. Can you imagine? 7-time winners who were also one of the favorites to win this tournament. They beat them on penalty. It was a 1-1 draw. The full game 1-1. But Democratic Republic won on penalties 8-7. Now, that was a cracking game. They take them into the round. They go. So Nigeria's in the quarterfinals, Angola's in the quarterfinals, um, Democratic Republic is in the quarterfinals. They were Egypt. Pharaoh's Egypt has 68% possession, which means they literally dominated the game. But Democratic Republic of Congo continued to fight. They fight and fight, and they won on penalties, beating Egypt 8-7. That was a long game. Then the next game, Cape Verde against Mauritania. This is the underdog. This is a team that everybody's like, where are they going? Oh, they're going to be knocked out. No, they're going to be knocked out in round of 16. They didn't get knocked out in round of 16. They are in the quarterfinals. Cape Verde beating Mauritania 1-0. Wow. Wow. So the next game that came along was Mali against Burkina Faso, two French-speaking, Portuguese-speaking countries. Mali beating Burkina Faso 2-1. But the funny thing of this game was this. Both teams, okay, they're not exactly favorites, but they did what was enough to beat. But I mean, Burkina Faso, yeah, they've had a lot of things in terms of economy, change of government, and all that kind of thing. And it is what it is. But they Mali beat them by 2 goals to 1. It was a great game. It was quite exciting. But you got to put the ball in the net. Burkina Faso were quite wasteful. Burkina Faso have been to two finals. They went there in '96 and lost. The funny thing, they went in '96 and they went in '98. Right, the last game of the group of 16. I've missed Equatorial Guinea against Guinea. Equatorial Guinea are Portuguese-speaking Central Africa against French-speaking, Portuguese-speaking against French-speaking Central Africa against West Africa. But Guinea were able to beat Equatorial Guinea by 1-0 and go to the quarterfinals. Equatorial Guinea had a chance to win the game with 10 minutes to go. They had a penalty and he missed. He absolutely missed. And it was goodbye, good night, on your bike. See you in 2 years' time. The last game of the tournament, the last North African country, the best African country in the world, they're rated the #1 country in Africa. They came fourth in the last World Cup, Morocco, with Amrat Hakimi. Hakimi made headlines. Amrabat signed for Manchester United, blah, blah, blah. they came against a very difficult South African side. It was 70% possession in Morocco, but they just could not find the net. They had a penalty. Hakimi missed. He bloody missed. South Africa scored 2 goals. South Africa won the Cup of Nations 2 times, in 96 and in 98. And the 2 times, the funny thing with South Africa, the 2 times they've won the Cup of Nations, they've had to beat Ghana twice. That should be a bit embarrassing. No, that's Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast have won 2 of the Cup of Nations, but they've beaten Ghana twice on those 2 times by winning on penalties. South Africa won the tournament once and they lost it once. So you're now down to your final 8. But there's been some exciting games. The best games so far, the best 3 games I picked out were Nigeria, Cameroon, Egypt, and who did Egypt play again? Egypt and the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Senegal and Ivory Coast. Those were the biggest games of that round. Now we're down to the final 8. The fixtures are going to look like this: Nigeria against Angola. Angola have never won. They've never won the African Cup of Nations. Nigeria won it 3 times. And this might be an opportunity for Nigeria to revenge, because Angola knocked them out of the last opportunity to go to the World Cup in 2006. So this might be a revenge time for Nigeria against Angola. Then the next game, Democratic Republic of Congo, 2-time winners, will play against Guinea. I could see Democratic Republic beating Guinea. That's my prediction. Then there's Mali against the host, Cote d'Ivoire. For some reason, it's like Cote d'Ivoire started to find the momentum. After beating the holders, the hot favorites, you must be the favorites now. So Ivory Coast are now the favorites behind after Nigeria. So it's Cote d'Ivoire, then because Senegal are out, Pharaohs, Egypt out, Morocco, the best African team, are out. This is a way for Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria to take control of this tournament. So the lineup is now Nigeria against Angola, Democratic Republic against Guinea, Mali against Ivory Coast, the host. That's going to be a raucous atmosphere, because it's like we need to get to that semi-final. Then Cape Verde against South Africa. South Africa who stunned Morocco, the best African team in this tournament in the world, by beating Morocco by 2-0. Can they beat Cape Verde? This Cape Verde team are they are like, I don't know how to describe Cape Verde. They just play some scintillating, mesmerizing scientific football that they just they get the goals, they shut the shop, goodbye, good night. That's going to be a very big game. The biggest games of this is going to be Nigeria, Angola, and Mali against Ivory Coast. Those are the 2 big games for the quarterfinals. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We are down to the last 8 African teams in the African Cup of Nations. There are no North African teams left. Morocco went out by being knocked out by South Africa. Egypt were knocked out by Democratic Republic of Congo. So we're down to West Africans and South African countries and a South African country. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Who are you cheering for? Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Angola, Cape Verde, Mali, South Africa, or Cape Verde. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll see you soon. Come on, countries, get this goal scored. Yeah.